I believe we are live.
Woohoo!
Yes. The girls are back together again. So before we formally start, you all, we're going to give you a minute to get in here. I'm going to turn this music down. We were jamming. In order for you to invite someone, let someone know that we are on. We would absolutely love for you to let someone know we're on. We are about to have an amazing conversation. We haven't done this in a while. It's been a long while since I've done this. So it's giving us an opportunity to share. I hope you are also sharing right now. Tell somebody we are on. Come on, pop in. Say hello. I see, yay. Some folks are starting to come in. Now, say hello to us. Come on and say hello. Looking for you in the comments to say hello. And I guess you would need to say, all right. I'll make some of these disappear. All righty. It is 8:00. Okay. Hey there, Tanya. Come on in. So ready for this conversation, y'all. Come on in. Wherever you are, I can't necessarily see you unless you say something to us. So say hello, please. We would love to talk to you a little bit. I see y'all coming in. Hey, Marlene, come on in. All right. So hello, everyone. My name is Trinace Richardson, and I am the founder of Real Women, and we exist to create safe spaces for women to do personal development work on themselves. And we like to say that real women rock because we do. And it is a pleasure. We haven't done this in a long time. We used to do this every single week, bring you sneak peeks into real conversations with real women. And to be very honest with you, not only have we spent time just really recouping and reviving ourselves from this pandemic, but we've also been working and we've been doing monthly sister circles with real women. And so it's a pleasure to be back here because we are getting ready for our fall intensive.
Yes.
Yay! And so we will tell you more about that. But first, I want to allow my co-hosts to introduce themselves, my sisters. We'll go ahead and get started while y'all are saying hello in the comments. Keep them coming. Tell us where you're calling us from. Siobhan, hello.
Hello, everyone. I am Siobhan Carter, the You Relationship Advocate, which means I am passionate about all things relationship, especially the relationship that you have with yourself. I am the founder of Walking in Wholeness LLC and Purpose Publishing Company, and I'm a lead facilitator with Real Women, and I'm happy to be here.
Woo! We are so happy to have you. Somebody said gang, gang. The real women are in the house. Thank you so much for being here, Siobhan. We're going to have a really good conversation. And Nefertaria, hey, girl.
Hey, y'all. I don't know if I'm going to rattle off stuff like Siobhan did, but I am Nefertaria McBride. I am your warrior princess. I am a healer. I am safe space for all women, and I am a lead facilitator for Real Women. And I am also charged with taking care of our facilitators' soul care. So I do all of that.
Absolutely. We have been doing this work together for a long time, y'all. I just had some conversations in preparation for the intensive and realized Real Women started in 2013, and as of next year, that will be 10 freaking years.
Oh, God.
Wow.
So celebrate 10 years next year, and you all have been, if not that first year, very shortly after that, jumped on board. And so what we're going to do tonight, you all, is have a conversation that prepares us, even if you are not coming to the intensive. And of course, we hope that you are. We know that this is going to be a blessing to you, because the theme of our intensive is Pieces of Me. And we're not only going to give you a sneak peek into what you can expect at the intensive, but we're going to delve just a little bit into the theme so that we can all be helped no matter where we are. So let us know in the comments if you are coming to the intensive. We want to know that. I see some hellos. I see some yays. Let us know if you're coming. And if you're not coming, it's okay. Let us know that too, because we want to make sure we help you. This is going to be an interactive, engaging conversation. So if you have questions for us, please put them in the comments. We're going to respond to those, and we will be asking you some questions as well. I see some folks, some real women already in here, some members, some longtime members who will be there. So thank y'all so much. Yay! I see some oncomings. All right, so I wanted to start with the fact that real women is different. I just thought I'm different. Yeah, we different. I thought we would just start with the fact that we are different. If you would not mind sharing in your viewpoint, what makes real women different? Let's just start there. Who's going first? And before you start, in the comments, if you have ever been to a Real Women Sister Circle or an intensive, for you, what makes Real Women different? Why do you enjoy the sisterhood that is created? And we'll talk more about who we are and all of that, but we want you to share first. What do you think? And so go ahead. What do y'all think?
So I have never been in a group of women where I instantly felt connected and safe. So Real Women offers a space where there's an instant connection, an instant feeling of, okay, yeah, I'm good, you know? So it's a place to release, and it's a place to take off titles. Like, it doesn't matter who I am, what I do for a living. I'm just Siobhan, you know, when I'm in the circle. And so that's so refreshing, because I think a lot of us are just so involved in so many things and we're leading, but in Real Women, we just get to be. And that's so precious to me. So that's what I think is so different about Real Women.
I agree. Here.
Yes.
I'll insert mine after you, Neff. What do you think?
So in addition to that, what came up for me was, in Real Women, I get to be this and that, right? I can be Neff, the warrior princess, and holding space for women and helping them process through all that they're going through, and I can cut you out if I need to. Like, but you see, it gives me a space to just be exactly who I am. I am the powerful woman, and I can also be vulnerable and come in and lay on the floor and cry if that's what I want to do or need to do, and nobody in that space judges me. It gives me an opportunity to be. That's it. Just be. That means a lot to me.
I love that so much, that we get to just be. And combining what the two of you said, so many of us as women have these titles and these roles and responsibilities that we have to be this kind of person or show up this specific way for other people. And we can lose who we really are or who we want to show up as, because we're showing up as others need us to show up in so many other spaces. And this is the space that we get to show up as ourselves. And so I totally agree with everything you all said. And then, I love this. Sandy said you get to peel back layers as needed. Love the just be. Absolutely. We get to just be. So listen, you all, our sister circles pre-COVID were happening on a monthly basis in a lot of different spaces and places, whether they were one-time experiences or monthly. And then we transitioned because of COVID to being virtual, and we've been honoring the safety of that, the safety net of that, by being virtual, and they have been just as powerful. We've studied books together. We have really connected in that way. And so this intensive will be our first time coming together as a large group. We did a couple of summer things outside, but this is our first time coming together since the pandemic. And we have women coming from all of the sister circles. Even if you have never been to a Real Women Sister Circle, you are invited to come to this intensive. So if Real Women is different, y'all, the intensives also have to be different. I call our intensive sister circles on steroids.
Yeah.
So the fact that an intensive is not a retreat and it's not a conference, could you speak to what in general makes the intensive different? And then we can dig into the theme.
I think it is a space where we do work. We're not a seminar where you just sit and listen. It's not a lecture. We get in and roll up our sleeves and we do the work. And the facilitators, like, we're all on the same level as the attendees. We're not making ourselves higher. We're not experts. We're just simply modeling the process, but we're in it together. So I think it's a space where we get to actively interact and engage in the work that we're talking about, for whatever the intensive, topic is for that year. So we do the work.
It's not just surface work. We're doing soul work. And as Siobhan said, we're in the process with you. I'm in the journey with you. Yes, I'm facilitating and I may be standing at the front of the room, but I'm going through the process with you, doing the work with you. So that makes a difference. I'm not coming here to just talk to you and have stuff on the slides. I'm not doing that. Just it's not going to happen. So they should be prepared to do some soul work.
Go ahead, Siobhan.
And when we're talking about this stuff, we're not just telling you something that we've read in a book. Like, this is real life experiential work that we're doing as well. So we're telling you the process that we've gone through and sharing those experiences together so that we can feel a sense of connection with each other.
The work of it is daunting and scary sometimes for some people. We have literally had women come to our sister circles and have shared with me later, I'm not ready. Like, I appreciate what is being done here, but I think the way that I'm feeling like I want to open up, I'm scared. So, and what we do is, you don't have to. You can sit and be a sponge and just take it all in. But to know right off the bat, we don't hold any punches. We let you know in advance that this is a space you come in to really open yourself up to the work, even if it's just opening up to you. Like, you get to open up to you and begin a process of work. We start off the intensive with a pre-work survey. Like, you have homework right off the bat, because it's like, I promise we'll get to the dance party. We're going to dance. We will have a lot of fun. But it's really important for us to know that it's not the retreat where you're going to go shopping, all the time, or you're going to, it's really when you're in the sessions, we are engaged in some emotional soul work. I think that's important to say. Okay, I love and I'm just going to put it up one more time as we get into the theme. Because Nikki said, a space to be completely vulnerable, even if you don't want to be. It's a freeing space. You come with things, you come with baggage, but you don't leave with them. And I think that's an amazing observation, that it's our goal to help you process some things, release some things, and allow you some tools so that you can leave freed up of some bondage and equipped with some tools that you can use to keep you along the way. We don't want to leave you with all of this light and nothing to do with it, right? So I think that's amazing. So you all have introduced this concept. You get blamed for this all the time. I don't know whether to call it credit or blame. But all of us, Kia has like latched onto it like nobody's business and teaches it. So many of our facilitators, all of us, I see Shantae in here. I see Rhonda. I'm only going by the comments that I can see. I'm sure many more of you are in here, but we as facilitators have really latched on to it, and so have our members and guests. It is the idea of knowing you. And could you just talk about even the before the actual theme, what this concept of knowing you, because Pieces of Me is our theme, but y'all have studied it for real. So can you talk about it just a little bit, what's in store for us?
So this concept, Pieces of Me, it comes from a therapeutic model that's called the internal family system. And so Neff and I, we are not therapists. We are counselors in training, but we are not licensed therapists. And so we will not be counseling you or giving you anything. But we do have a tool that we have used, and it's an oversimplified version of the tool, but it has really been helpful for us. It is a tool that was introduced to me by my therapist. And so just helps me to understand how I'm wired and who I am. I've said numerous occasions that I suffered from a lot of condemnation and judgment and just criticism of myself and just a lot of self-hatred. And so this model helped me to, one, find the tools to help explore me, and then relax the judgment and discover and uncover a lot of peace and calm within myself that has been amazing and transformative for me. And so that's what this work will be. It will help you to do some deep exploration into yourself and to rid us of all the distractions that keep us away from connecting with ourselves. So we will create a safe space over that weekend to just be with you in a way that you may not have experienced before.
Yeah. What I would add is this process helps you to become a student of you, right? So many times I ask people, tell me about yourself. And it is natural for us to rattle off, oh, I'm a mom and I do this for the Navy, and I'm a grandmother and I do this and I do this. You have given me titles. You have given me the things that you do, but rarely are people able to answer from the B portion of it. Who are you at your core? This will help you get to who you are at your core. So a lot of us will say, and Siobhan and I were talking about this the other day, we learn our partners and our children and people in our lives like there is no tomorrow. I can tell you everything about the man that I'm dating, right? Mm-hmm. How can you do the same thing for you?
Tell it.
That's what we're going to help you do, to help you become a student of you, to grow in connection with yourself, and really to get to a place where you are able to offer all of you love and acceptance.
Yeah. And, and I just want to put this point in there that you said, Neff, about we are students of other people. Mm-hmm. This work will help us to enhance our relationships with other people. Because I truly believe a healthy relationship starts with you, like yourself. And so I take myself everywhere that I go. And so if I am having a healthy interaction with myself, then I take that into my relationships, whether it's romantic or friendships or family, so I think that work that we're going to be talking about, it enhances those external relationships as well.
That's so good. Because if you think about it, no one can really, really meet your needs if you don't really know yourself and what your needs are, because they will be trying to please you. They will be trying to, to meet your needs, and you'll be and they can't figure it out, and neither can you. So we try to figure out why we are not satisfied in some of the relationships that we're in, and it could be some past stuff. We're going to talk about our inner child work and all of that, but it could be our current relationships. But it helps to delve into who we are, so that we can be more confident. We can bring a more assured person to a relationship. I love that. So real quick, I have put on the screen on a scale of 1 to 3, 1 being not well, and 3, and you have now entered a safe space. This little piece of the internet, of Beyonce's internet, is a safe space. All right. So wherever you go after this, I can't promise you, but here there will be no judgment. So please, whether you are watching this live or on the replay, give us a scale of 1 to 3. How well do you feel you know you? And just, it's real easy, right? 1 not well, 3 well, 2 somewhere in the middle. I see a lot of 2s, a lot of 2.5. So you're really on your way. I love the 3s. And so I would like for you all, before we kind of round out this conversation with what specifically can be expected at the intensive, what has studying you taught you about you? Like, what can you help us with there? That once we have done this work that we're about to do on ourselves at the intensive, what are some of the enlightenments that we can expect about ourselves that you have kind of come to as a result of doing this work on you?
You want me to go first?
Go ahead.
Y'all looking at each other.
A lot. I know what my emotional needs are, right? I know what part of me is showing up in any given situation. I know when I'm quick to pop off, that's probably the fighter in me. Like, that's that part of me that if you push a certain button, if you mess with my kids, you mess with my family, I'm going to show up this way. I know at work, if I'm a little frustrated or something, I know that is the business part of me. That's the manager. She's hard on me. She can be critical. She's always pushing me, but at the same time, she helps me accomplish goals. She is the reason I'm successful. Like, I'm intimate with who I am. I know when I'm bored, and I know I'm probably lacking something emotionally, that something else is going on underneath, that something is bubbling up. So I know how I show up in any given situation.
Wow. Okay. I got to follow up, but after Siobhan goes.
Okay.
Okay. I'm getting emotional just thinking about it, because it's the outcome for me that is so rewarding. I know how to create a safe space for myself.
Ooh, slow down. Stop.
That's good. That's good.
Just breathe for a second.
And that is huge for me, because like I said, there was so much self-hatred, so much criticism, so much warfare going on the inside of me. So today, the fact that I can say I know how to be safe with me, and that I know how to trust me, that's huge.
Yeah.
What this work has done for me. I can advocate for myself. I can take myself out of situations that no longer serve me. Like, that's major for me.
That is major.
And I have found freedom there.
Yeah.
Freedom. And I feel the tears coming.
Yeah.
Freedom from other people's opinions. Freedom from the shoulds and the supposed to be's. Like, freedom to be absolutely me, to show up authentically and be who God created me to be this and that, and to love me and accept me like nobody else can. There is a freedom there. Woo! When I tell you that there is joy there, that I don't care what you think about me anymore, that I'm good with me. Like, I'm good with me. And that is worth the years of work that I have put in, because I'm free. I'm just good. And I'm not going to do anything I don't want to do. And I'm going to show up authentically in whatever space I am as Nefertaria.
Yeah.
That's what it's done for me.
Yeah. And you know what else, Neff, that comes to mind for me is the acceptance.
Yeah.
And the compassion that I have learned to extend to myself. There was a part of me that is there is a part of me that is moody, will side eye you and cut you off in a minute. And I judged her like, you're wrong, you're bad, you're worthless, you don't belong here. But I understand what her role is. I understand who she is and why she does the things that she does. And so I offer compassion to that part of me because she's just trying to protect me, right?
Yeah.
So that's what I have learned in this process as well, is what each part of me has come to do and how I can help negotiate, their roles within me. So yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I know I'm gonna cry. Thank y'all so much. First of all, thank you for the work that you have been doing on you, because what you have allowed to happen, and this is one of the outcomes that we can expect, that once you become clearer about who you are, you literally have more to give, because you come from a place of confidence, not boasting or bragging or arrogance. You come from a place of sincere confidence that this is one thing I know for sure. One thing I know for sure is that to get to know you is freedom. To get to know yourself is freedom, and to accept the different pieces of you. It casts out judgment. It casts out fear. It casts out guilt and shame. And I have to say, it does not create a perfect life.
Not at all.
It does not create.
No.
Can we all do that? No.
No.
Ain't no perfection over here. No.
Hell no. So it does not create a perfect life. That is not what we are saying. What the word that kept coming to mind when you all were talking, if I could add to what we gain from this work, I have learned to manage my pieces. I have learned the maturity of coming. If nothing else around me changes, I will not be overcome and overwhelmed and taken out by what is happening around me, because I have figured out this part of me needs to speak up now. This part of me needs to take a back seat. And that doesn't make the world perfect, because some people aren't going to love and receive. I may have accepted me, but someone else may not accept that I'm me. What comes to mind is that I think maybe, Siobhan, you might have been one of the first people to step out there, because I remember a sister circle where you shared just what your spiritual journey was looking like. And we got, just interesting looks. Just I'll call them interesting.
Right.
And something rose up in me, even though I wasn't where you were yet on your journey. Something rose up in me, because how dare we fix our face or our heart to judge anybody at whatever place they are in their journey? Because trust me, you need some grace. You need it, or you're gonna need some grace for where you are or where you're going on your journey. And I think that this process is teaching us that as we become more comfortable with who we are, we don't have to judge anybody, because everybody's on their own journey. It's just amazing.
It has brought such humility for me, humility, and it has increased my capacity to love others. Like the way that I accept others, and it's a beautiful thing, because I have gone through the process and I have dissected or gotten to know myself better. I can do it to other people, right? So when I'm looking at anybody, I'm like, I wonder what part of that is that person. What's happening right there? So it makes me be so much more loving and compassionate, because I'm like, that part of you is acting out, or that part of you probably needs attention. So have you considered this? So yeah, it just makes you just love people more, in my opinion. That has been my experience.
Yeah, and to echo what Neff said, it helps us to become curious about each
Mhm.
other and even ourselves,
Yeah.
because we are not just one dimensional. We
Mhm.
are multifaceted. There's so many, we're complex, and so
Yeah.
there are so many aspects of us. And so when one aspect of us is showing up, it doesn't define the total you. It's just like, like Neff said, I wonder what's going on with that part of you. And we get
Mhm.
curious about it and we go in and explore it, as opposed to judging it and making that person be bad. There's something to that. Like, I wonder
Mhm.
what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so good. And I think the best part about all of this is we are in a community of women who are all doing the work.
Mhm.
It's I will say there's another level of difficulty because, life is work, relationships are work, but there's another level of difficulty to the work when you're trying to do it by yourself.
Yeah.
And I don't believe, I honestly believe that the answers, everything that we're seeking is already in us, right? If we see ourselves in our mind's eye a certain way, or if we aspire towards something, it would not already be a thought if it were not possible for us to embody it, right?
Yeah.
So I believe it's already in us. But there's something about being in community when it's not catty community, when it's not competitive community, when it's not comparative community.
Mhm.
There's something about being in a sacred community of non-judgmental women in a safe space that allows you to grow and flourish and explore in some amazing ways. That it's what it likens to me is, if you want to get fit, you hang with people who are doing it all the time. They always talking about it, they always doing it. So that's what you tend to do when you hang with
Yeah.
those types of people. You want to hang with a party crowd, you're gonna party. So birds of a feather in a way. And these birds we're looking to grow together, and I'm so glad that we are doing it that way. I love this. I'm so excited, Monica. Monica said
Yay.
yes, she's
Yeah.
reconnected. So excited. So let's talk about it, because we were supposed to be out of here about 5-10 minutes ago. So we got time.
Yeah.
All right. So we will be coming together November 18th, 19th, and 20th. And we have already begun communicating. That was good.
Right.
Come fly with us. Come fly these friendly skies. Okay. What was I saying? So the intensive is in Virginia Beach. We have a large community of women in Virginia Beach. We have a large community of women in the DC, Maryland, Virginia area. Thank God we are growing outside of our nucleus, and we have been to Florida and New Jersey and Pennsylvania. We have taken real women abroad. Like, we have really just grown and stretched ourselves. But this intensive in November is going to be in Virginia Beach. We will spend 2 days together total, half a day on Friday, a whole day on Saturday, and half a day on Sunday. And it gives us an opportunity to really dig into this topic more than a 2.5 hour sister circle will do it. And so on Friday, we are coming together, and this is just a quick synopsis to give you all an idea of what you can expect, because sometimes you see a flyer, you see millions of flyers like all the time, and people looking real cute on the flyer. Like, you should come because I'm fly, right?
Right.
Like, you see all of that and you just don't know what's behind that. And so we just want to give you a sneak peek into what you can expect. So you can share this with someone if you've been trying to convince them to come, right? So Friday night is really our opener. We get to have some fun together, dine together, introduce ourselves to each other at our tables and all that kind of stuff. We are usually in a big round circle for sister circles. So we will be at rounds for our intensive. And if you had to say in a few words what we will get out of Friday, I think Siobhan, it's yours. What would you say is going to come out of Friday?
Out of Friday, it's going to be scratching the surface. So it's going to be a snapshot of you.
Mm-hmm.
It's like an iceberg, and we're going to see the tip of the iceberg on Friday, and then we're going to get a little deeper. So yeah, that's what's going to happen. And a nice introduction into this concept that we're talking about.
Yes. And one of the things we've said is we welcome you coming whenever you can come. But this is one intensive we really want you there the whole weekend.
Yeah.
Like, I know that it's really cute. Like we want you to come whenever you can come. So if you only have Saturday, we get it. But we have even set up the registration so that we come all weekend. And could you say something about that maybe, Neff, before we get to Saturday? Like, why do we want you there all weekend?
Because on Saturday, she's helping you scratch the surface, get a little bit from on Friday. Mm-hmm. She's helping you scratch the surface, get familiar with the model behind what the tool that we're going to be using. And then on Saturday morning, we're going to take one piece of you and we're going to start to go under the water. Mm-hmm. We're going to start going deeper. We're going to talk about what is her story, because a lot of times we have created a narrative in our minds and our souls about who we think that part of us is. You can sometimes get stuck in your story. It's normally stems from your core beliefs. So I'm going to start peeling back the layers on Sunday. What do you really believe about yourself? Is it true? Is it based on lies? Is it based on the opinions of others? What is it? And then one of the tools I'll give you for free tonight, since you're on live with us, we're going to talk about not pushing back on the facts, but learning to push back on the conclusions, right? What happened, happened.
Wait,
happened.
You gave that away for free.
I gave that away for free. But if you want more, you have to come. Don't push back on the facts. Whatever happened, happened. But what you can do in the narrative is you can push back on the conclusions that you've drawn about yourself based on what happened. Right? So if you want more, you gotta come to Virginia.
Wait a minute.
I'm just saying, you gotta come. You gotta come.
I was not ready. I mean,
ready. They're on live with us, so I figured I would give them just a little bit for free.
That was just a little bit. That's all I'm saying. Woo, child. Let me say, hold on. I need to repeat what somebody else said. Woo, child.
So it's going down on Saturday morning.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. So let me breathe. What did I mean to say? I meant to say, in addition to Friday opening and scratching the surface and the deep dive that we're going to take on Saturday, amidst that, you will be introduced to some personal journey work while you are in the group work. Yes. So we are literally going to some amazing, and if you've been, you know already. So I'm not giving away a whole lot of nuggets like God dang. But if there is a setup, literally a setup that we have for you to do your own personal journey while you're there. And we have even set aside space for you to do your own personal journey work. So we'll explain that more in detail, but that's going to happen right off the bat as well. And then we also have morning movement. So we will have yoga, we'll have morning movement in case that's your thing. If that's not your thing, then you get to get a couple of extra minutes of sleep, right? Winks of sleep. And so those kinds of extras are available to you in addition to the core of the work that we're going to be doing. And so then Saturday just slapped us in the face. We did a deep dive. We'll break and decompress. After every session, you'll have the opportunity to decompress and reflect. We've learned to build that time in. And I will say right now, none of us, if we are not up facilitating the discussion, we're going to do our best to help you. But if you see us down, help us. Because I am already out.
Yeah.
So I anticipate that. Look, Shantae said anticipation.
Yes.
Yes. I am anticipating it already. So Saturday afternoon, are we still kind of rounding this out, Siobhan?
Yeah, so we're going to talk more about integration because, like Neff said, we're going to be focusing on one piece of us for the weekend, but it doesn't mean other pieces may not come up. And so we want you to understand what's happening on the inside of you. So I'll be explaining that sense of conflict that you may feel during the weekend or in your normal day life. So we'll be talking about that just so you can understand what's happening in you as a result of the things that we're sharing.
Mm-hmm. So good. So good. And then I want to say it like this. We are not afraid of the work. We are going to do the work. Mm-hmm. And a part of our pieces that we often ignore as women because we work so hard for other people. And then you're going to ask me to work on myself. That's emotionally exhausting. And so there's just so much to the work. But there is a piece, and I'm going to slow down. There is a piece of every last one of us that we have neglected and not given enough attention to. And that is the fun her. Mm-hmm. Like whoever the play her, I'm not gonna call her a player. The play her, like whoever the create her, like whoever that person is who laughs and dances and plays and skips and jump ropes and all of that kind of stuff. Like who is she and where did she go in the middle of all this stuff that happens in the world, like in your world? Where is she? Yes, that part, honey, that part.
Yes.
So we're gonna have some fun. So on Saturday night, we have a DJ of all DJs. We are going to bring in the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s, the 2020s. Like we're just going to have a lot of fun. Look at this.
Yes. I know that's right.
Yes.
We are going to have so much fun. And so we ask that you would just come ready. There is no judgment at Real Women. So we're not even going to say, if you see me trying to twerk, if you see me trying to drop it, just let me do it. Okay. Just be ready to pick me up when I ask for some help. Yes, Jackie, we're going to do some 60s and 70s too.
So hilarious.
So we're just going to have a lot of fun on Saturday night just to decompress and let our hair down. Y'all want to say anything about that whole fun piece? Anything you want to share?
It's just, just give yourself permission to do that. Like you said, sometimes that part of us is so suppressed that we feel like, oh, well, I have other things to do. I have to do her work, because we do give you some things to think about after each session, but just give yourself space to just be and play. It's okay. Right. And that's why we created that space for you to do that. So it's all right. Let her know right now, it's okay for you to play a little bit.
Right. And if you have that critical part of you, let's start talking to her now. Next weekend, I'm going to play and I'm going to dance and I'm going to have fun. Yes, I'm going to do work, but I'm going to be a play her also.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing, right? I'm a preacher. That's one of my dues. That's not my B, but that's one of my dues, right? I'm a preacher. I'm a teacher. I'm a speaker. I'm a singer. I do all of those things. But I didn't I may have grown up in church, but I wasn't born in church. I wasn't raised in church. Like I did not live every day of my. I am a person, a woman, a whole thing, and so I give myself permission to be all of those things, and I think it's just for me. I have people tell me that they are just totally satisfied, not dancing or having fun. I don't believe you. That's all.
Let me just say, Bonquisha is my party side, so she's there. I might even bring my gold grills just to let y'all know this different. This not facilitator Michelle Siobhan. This is another part of me. So
I love it. I love it. I love it. Bonquisha, bring her out.
Bonquisha, come
okay. We should be rounding out. Yes, absolutely, Sandy. And we have, I do want to say this out loud, that we have learned not to take ourselves too seriously because we are phenomenal, doing phenomenal things in the world. And that will make you think that I have to show up like that all the time. Because if I'm phenomenal here and they see me here, just recently I was with a girlfriend and she knows me very well, but her friends were with her and they don't know me very well. And I had to make a decision in that moment because I was with my girlfriend. Right. So am I going to be me, or am I going to be who these women may know me as? And I, of course, made a decision to just be me.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they walked away saying, oh, okay. Okay, I get it now. All right. But that's freedom. I just have to say that's freedom. So yeah. Anyway, all right. So Sunday, we're going to bring all of this together, and we are going to really allow our pieces to come together in a beautiful way, literally and figuratively. Like we are literally going to bring our pieces together. And I just really think we're going to leave with joyful, maybe still even tearful, but joyful hearts, because we'll have also a plan, because the big thing about Sunday is to leave with resources that you can do something with what you've learned and what you've gained. And it doesn't just stay there in you, but you get to continue the growth journey with several of the resources and the tools that we're going to expose you to. It is so important for us that it's not a one and done when you're with us this weekend. And so, absolutely. I love this. Talea said, I'm looking forward to stepping away and stepping out of my dues and bringing all of me. Yes.
Talea.
You get to be and not do. Any final words, ladies? Anything that you want to share, either about the weekend that's coming, about Real Women, anything you want to share with these folks, women or men? Because men, if you're here on live or the replay, please share this with a woman in your life. But anything you want to share before we close?
For the weekend, just come being open. Just be open to the experience and just allow yourself to be. If you're not coming, just give yourself permission to experience Real Women during a virtual circle or in-person circle, just so you can see what we're talking about. It's one thing to talk about it, but when you experience, honey, you're going to come back.
You be back. Thank you for that, Neff.
She took all my words. I would just say that I am beyond excited about the intensive coming up next weekend. If you are not registered and you feel, based on what you've heard today, that you need to be in the room, be in the room. Second guess it. That there's a part of you saying you need to be in Virginia Beach, so just come. For those that aren't able to come, check us out. We have sister circles virtually sometimes, so join us. And most of all, if you are coming, be open. Just be open and be ready and be free. And I'm excited. And I don't know what's going to happen in the room on Saturday, but I'm excited.
Woo! I am ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. I was gonna say I think I'm ready, but no, I'm ready. I'm ready. It's a lot. I miss being with my sisters. I miss a room full of sisters. I miss that. And so we have been virtual and it has been wonderful. And we have made lemonade out of lemons with this pandemic. But there is nothing like being in person. And, you know, sneak peek to what you're going to hear there. We will be reconvening in-person sister circles. And so you'll be hearing more about that as we move into the new year. But start with this intensive. Start with checking us out at realwomenrock.org. Again, realwomenrock.org. And specifically, the intensive is on the events page. And so if you go to the events page, please do. Yeah, that's all it's going to take is us being in the space together. It's for the tears to flow, really. That's all it's going to take.
We love to see each other. We like,
yes. So, and last thing I'll say, if you don't even know one person there, I promise you, you will gain an automatic sister the very first night. And more than one, but I can guarantee you at least one, you will gain an automatic sister, because we don't do anything but sisterhood. Like if we see you and you in the space, you're supposed to be in the space, have a seat, you're our sister. And you're going to get that feeling as soon as you come in the room.
And it's real.
It's real. That's so important. That's so important. Love y'all. This has been so good. Yay! Let me tell you, in addition to us posting this, I do believe we're going to do it. We did this in 2019 because Neff and Siobhan have been teaching this concept to us as real women for a long while. So we have had master classes and all this sister circle stuff. And so we had a conversation, not too different than this. It just wasn't around an intensive. It was around one of the master classes in 2019. And it was good. So it was good enough where we will probably post it. So you're going to have this as well as that conversation to tide you over until the intensive. Yes. So we will see you there. Yes. See y'all. Love y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. Bye.